friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gina and I'm the creative here on YouTube as well as Instagram, and today I'm bringing you a brand new first set of a series called Knowledge Notes by the lovely Kelly Banks for Illustrated Faith. And as I get into this video, I have about 8 or 9 ideas on how to use this super genius set, I believe, called Books of the Bible. This is a color-coded Cliff Notes version of all the books in the Bible. Kelly says, this fun set gives you a simple synopsis, who wrote it, and includes a place to write your favorite verse from each set with more sets to come. And when anytime Kelly Banks says that there's more to come, I'm all in. I'm going to make a project because I know it's going to be a tool that I'll use down the road, and I'm super excited about this, Books of the Bible. I personally don't know all the books of the Bible, so I think this is a great learning tool. So as I was thinking about how to use these, I thought I would share ideas because we all have different resources and we all have different things. We all don't have everything, at least most of us don't. I don't. So my first idea was to put this in a memory dex or a faith dex box. Here's a super simple way to do this, is to just clip on the first book, and then that way you can take it off and refer to it, and then when you come to the verse in the Bible that you want to have on that very first card, you can still pull it off and it's available. Then the back cards, the blank cards, you can just go in and start writing your verses. So for me, I'm always highlighting the verses in my Bible or I'm underlining them, and this way when a verse is super important to me, I can just come in and put it in here. And I think that'll be a great reference to go to, or when I'm looking at specific verses. So my other thought on here is really anything that you could put behind these books. Like you could put your notes, the topics, the people in that book of the Bible. The ideas are endless. So here's just a second look at the same idea in a faith dex or a memory dex. If you want to get a little creative, usually I make my faith dex cards kind of big, so I have a little template that I use. And because I'm all into color coding things, I would keep with the color that Kelly picked for the specific book of the Bible or the specific part of the Bible. So like the first part of the Bible is law, and so this is kind of a dark pink. So that's idea number 1. Okay, idea number 2, super simple. Kelly set these up as 3x5 cards, so you could simply use these as flashcards in any way, shape, or form that you want, depending on what you want to know. So my idea here was to write some information on the back and then also cover this with another flashcard. So I would probably put them in there with the name on it, with a few questions, and that's pretty simple. Again, it's all dependent on who your audience is or who you're making them for. Again, I'm a visual learner, so I like to write things down and see them. So that's idea number 2. Idea number 3, stick a little hole punch on it and put them on a ring. It's super simple. They can be used as flashcards there. And then what I did was I went back and got Kelly Banks' travel time set with all the names of the Bible and how many chapters, and I just thought that would add in there on a cute way. So idea number 3. Idea number 4, and this is one way I will use these, is to use them directly in my Bible. They would be great. First of all, that's a Jesus Bible. I have not used this Bible to study in yet. I have set it up though. So my plan is to put a card at the beginning of each chapter. And then, again, color coded. I'll take some washi tape and I can just tape it in that way. I can have it as like a bookmark at the top. And then also another way to use this is you could shrink these down and use this as a post-it on pages where you want to take notes or pages where you've run out of room to take notes. So there you go. Idea number 4. Done and done. Okay, jumping into idea number 5, I picked up some of the extra pockets that Illustrated Faith was selling around Advent time, so could easily use the 10 sections of the Bible and just separate all the books into those first 10 envelopes. You could make them, you could put them on a ring as well. So that's a pretty simple way. Throw them in a berry basket or throw them in an actual basket. I believe this is how Kelly said that she was going to be using them, was inside a basket. And that's a very simple way. A basket, a container, you can put in some of the things that you'd be using with them. And remember, you can print these out over and over, so go for it. Okay, idea number 6, a super simple notebook. Again, I'm trying to cover all the resources or sources that we have. This could be any size, any shape, however you want to do it. It could be straight studying. I am a student of the Word. I like to study, and here I'm just showing that you could take tabs to each one. And as I was looking at these cards, you can also take your tab punch and cut these down and cut the name of each book and put that in. So easily jumping into idea number 7 is a traveler's notebook, insert. If you watched my last video, you know I went through a full year of studying through a traveler's notebook. I love them. So my ideas was to either put all of the main sections of the Bible in one, or to use 10 different TNs with the sections. So depending on what you have, there's a few ideas for you there. Just remember, your ideas are unlimited, because once you have this set, you can print it over and over. That's how I was talking about if I wanted to print the names of each book of the Bible, I could print it again. So it's about knowledge for me, and I want to make it as easy as possible. Okay, jumping into idea number 8. I believe the Happy Planner still makes these mini planners, and this is just an old one that I never really used, but I always keep the dashboard, so you could go in here and just put the card on the front and then have a whole little mini planner of notes. Okay, so sticking with these disc planners and jumping into idea number 9 is to strictly just use it as a note taker in the bigger format. This allows you for more room, or allows you to have more room and more options. At the beginning of this, you saw that I did a 30-day scripture writing plan, and that's how I study. I'm a big studier, and then some days when I'm not feeling creative, I'll just come in and start cutting dashboards for future projects. So last but not least, and how I am going to be setting up this entire project is in an older Happy Planner that I've used for faith notes and stuff like that. And there's what my front page is going to look like. I will do a full video on how I upcycle my Happy Planner products and how I make this in a flip through in the future. So thank you all for being here. I hope you got some tips and tricks. And if you want to pick up the set, it's in the Illustrated Faith digital shop.